hallo vanuit Druk in Leuven. De eerste boekenbeurs sinds corona. Vandaag staan we met Boekencafé. En mijn volgende gast is niemand minder dan Michel Bruyninckx. Michel, we're gonna speak English today.
Okay.
Because I understood that with your book you have become one of the major global experts in cognition learning.
Cognition-oriented learning.
And cognition-oriented learning has something to do with the football, with the soccer game?
Yeah, it is actually in all sports. It doesn't matter. You can make use of it in football, but it can also be used in tennis or hockey. Actually, it goes about the brain. And I have to say that from all over the world, many coaches and many people, not only in sports environment, but also in the school system, they insist to deliver an English version of the book.
Okay, so we have we have some translations to do as well. Eh?
Absolutely.
It is a beautiful book, and actually you're saying in your book that everyone can be a top sporter if you go through the cognition.
Well, what we understand in a better way, what we understand in a better way is that we have to be cautious when we continuously talk about talent. Okay, talent is a nice word, but generally we all have a potential. It's only there's only one big problem. We do not always make use in a correct way of someone's potential. So more and more there is an awareness that we first need to know how a child is organized, that we have to screen a child, and then we decide what programs we are going to use. So there is one thing we can never ignore. It's the fact that every human being is unique, and it would be a little bit too easy to use a rational thinking that generalizes what we do with every child. And this is something we begin to understand in a better way. And also the fact that this is bound to the development of our world. It's quite logical, as long as we didn't know what is really happening in the brain. It is very difficult to understand how we have to organize our programs. But to give you an idea, and something I want to add to what I've already explained in my book, for many years we thought that if you have some mental problems, they are only related with the brain. So all the mental problems, they are situated in the brain. Today we know that it can come out of other parts of your body. So if you have some problems in your stomach, it is perfectly well possible that later on you will get some mental problems. So the complexity of learning is big. And to give a very simple example, today we know the lifestyle of the people today, also of the young people. The pressure of today's society is very big. And what's happening in the school system, we now talk a lot about ADHD, attention deficit hyperactivity. Now, it's unbelievable. Recently they discovered, University of Amsterdam, that if you use few food, that's a kind of diet that makes it possible to get control over ADHD in a remarkable way. So it's not coming out of the brain, it's coming out of your indigestion. So the way you use the biology of your body.
Yeah.
And that's fascinating.
Yeah. What's also fascinating, I read in your book, is that by the age of 4, if I remember correctly, 95% of children are like little geniuses.
Yeah.
And they can face and do anything. But then if you take it 10 years further, it's less and less.
Then it goes down.
So what happens in this?
Well, that explains that for many years we were first concentrating on developing programs. We didn't know, or we didn't check how is a child learning. And now through the extended research, the fact that I think about 10, 15 years ago, slowly we could put sensors on the brain of babies, we begin to understand that in the start, the potential is very huge.
It's actually like 100%.
Yeah. And what actually opens or closes the potential, that are the first influences on the baby. It
would be the mother, the love.
It's typical. Today,
the eye contact.
Yeah. We now talk.
As I learned from you, of course.
We talk about the first 1,000 days of a child's life. That's indisputable. And also when we look in our country, but I think it's there all over the world, they begin to understand that the caretakers of very young children have an enormous mission. It's not delivering the simple care of a baby and giving a
food
a
and
bottle of
clothes.
food. No, it's more than, and that's also the reason why they start telling us these people have to be educated in a way that their knowledge regarding those first 1,000 days, that needs to be bigger. And this is changing. Mm-hmm. And I think that's a very good development.
Yeah, so it is actually very important also to put the message out that the parents, the role of parents and caretakers is so important in the first 3 years, to give children love, attention,
absolutely,
be there for them, presence of
the presence of the parents. And that's also President Macron in France. He was really thinking of making it possible that the parents, the mother and the father, could be more present the first 1,000 days. The fact that the political world is already reacting on it, this is something that can help us a lot. Yeah. And I think it's very important to understand all that. Because
I know that in Finland and Norway, they already have like 4 years of pregnancy leave.
Absolutely.
Which is unimaginable in Belgium, I would say.
Yeah, and the level of the caretakers, most of the people working in the primary or elementary schools do have a master degree. So it means that you need a lot of knowledge to understand how you can actually stimulate the development of very, very young kids.
And also, I read in your book about the importance of positive attention.
Yep. The mental framework.
Is more,
But it is actually today clear that we call it SES. The social economical status of a child is fundamental. So, but then you also need to check the environment. So the family, the way the family uses language, the way they take care of the children,
and they treat each other. And the dynamics. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And if we do not look to it in a correct way, we actually do not get out of the potential of a child what is really in it.
Mm-hmm. So basically 10 years later, it will lose maybe most of its potential.
Absolutely.
Because also of the schooling. Schooling is also made, at least in Europe, it's like uniform for everybody the same, which is not really.
And let's be honest, Seka,
what you should do.
If you look to the world of today, what are the problems? The war in Ukraine. It's not normal that in the 21st century, although we developed in a remarkable way, we still organize a war. This is
unimaginable.
It's unimaginable.
It cannot be.
And look to other things. Our society is having big problems because we go to more polarizing. We actually go to extreme things, and there's only one explanation. We really don't know how a human being is organized. We first need to know how can we understand in a better way for what is a human being first sensible. If we do not know all that, okay, you can go on organizing a lot of things in a rational way, but we also have emotions and there are other things in the background that play an important role.
Well, and we can go on,
and on
of course, with such an expert like you, Michel. We could do a few more podcasts.
Yeah, I know.
However, I have to close for today and to thank you for coming to the book fair today in Leuven. And also to give you the message that we really appreciate everything that you do for us, for young people and all the work. And I'm really, really happy for you that the book is picking up and that there is so much from abroad, looking so much countries and people looking for your expertise and doing the great job, Michel Bruyninckx.
Thank you.
Well,
it was a real honor to do this interview.
Okay, we'll talk soon, of course. And here is the beautiful book for with all expertise of Michel Bruyninckx. We can do so much more than we think in
that's it. Yeah.
vrije vertaling,
That's
free translation.
Free translation. That's
Voilà.
it.
Thank you, Michel.
Thank you.